Good morning, welcome to Goodwill Commodities. In this video presentation, we are going to see how we can trade in MCX crude oil in this week. Before looking into that, let us see what happened last week and what we expected last week. This is a weekly video analysis, and the chart which we are using is an 1 hour chart. Whenever I place the cursor on any particular candlestick, you can see the date and time below. So what we expected last week, this was the area where the price opened last week on December 2nd. In order to identify the trend, we had drawn two trend lines, this blue color trend line and also the another blue color trend line. We had explained it in detail why we had drawn this trend line. What we expected last week was, we expected crude has got the potential to maintain its downtrend, and also we had given a clear hint about the importance of 5860 and 5920. Till 5920 we expected crude to continue its downtrend. If we see a price action above 5920, we expected that price can reverse its trend. Now let us see what happened after that. After the price opening, the price initially continued its trend. So it is a continuation of the downtrend what happened on the previous week. So what happened is that the price was taking a resistance and it was staying below the trend line. Then what happened after that, the price went and found some resistance in this 5860 zone and closed near 5840 zone. Then we gave a clear indication because the price was breaking this trend line, and we expected all the traders to put a close watch because the moving average is also converging here. If they see any price action, any support or any strong price action above 5890, we expected that price can easily test 5920. Then all it depends upon whether the price is going, how the price is reacting in this 5960. If you go back and see the video presentation which we had posted on that particular day on December 3rd, we made it very clear, initially go and test this 5920. If the price is trading above 5920, you can reverse to buy. That was our expectation. Now let us see what happened after that. After that, on December 3rd, the price opened just above 5860 and it was taking a lot of support in this zone. Like what we expected, the price found a support, and along with the moving average, our key trend deciding average, so the price got a lot of momentum. You can see that within a single candlestick, the market found a lot of momentum to break 5920, so that it went up straight away to test 6020. On the next day, the price opened higher and it tried to test 6120 also. Then after, we expected crude to continue its uptrend, having 6020 and 6000 as one of the key major zone, and also this 5960 as the bottom support zone. Now let us see what happened after that. After that, the price, you can notice the price was taking a lot of support near 6000 as per our expectation. You can notice that how many times the price is trying to hit this zone and it is trying to move, but we had made it also very clear, 6060 we cannot take it very easy. I will show the importance later. Now let us see the price action, what happened in the yesterday market alone. 6060, the price was taking a lot of resistance. Now you can notice that there was a lot of consolidation happening around 6000 and 6020 when the price opened on Friday. Then the market found some momentum to push it towards 6060, where it found a resistance that pushed the price down, and the price closed near 5980. This was the entire price action that happened in the last week crude oil. So in the last week, if you sum up, it was a two-way market. Initially the price went downwards. We know crude was dropping from 7000 zone, so we don't want to bet a lot on the selling side. We made it very clear in our weekly analysis also. As per our expectation, the price also gave a bounce back. Then there was a consolidation. It is quite usual in any market. Now let us see what happened, what we can do for this week. So in order to avoid confusion, I am going to delete this downtrend line because it is not quite important at this point of time. since we are focusing on uptrend. So what I had did was I had drawn a uptrend line by connecting the two lows that happened on November 29th and also December 2nd. I want to remind you that trend lines are very effective tool. These is trend lines are the leading indicator. Trend lines are also called support and resistance line. It is not only the horizontal line which we are drawing or called support and resistance line. Trend lines are also support and resistance line. We should use it properly, and it is one of the wonderful traditional tool in technical analysis. So what I did, I had drawn an uptrend line in order to identify whether this trend, how long this trend will be intact. And I had drawn another two uptrend lines by connecting the low that happened on December 2nd and also that happened on December 3rd. So I had projected this uptrend line to notice that whether the price is entering into this trend or it can maintain its trend. Then I had drawn another uptrend line by connecting the low that happened on 2nd of December and also the low that happened on 7th of December. So now all the trend lines and everything is okay. Now let us go and see the open, high, low, close analysis for the week. All these vertical line indicates weekly price opening and closing. So when we see the last week price opening, it is quite lower than the previous week price opening, and last week the price opened lower than the previous week price closing also. That was one of the major reason we initially we want to hit the trend. Always initial first preference will be given for the trend. A trend is our friend for a trader. We don't take any decision against the trend unless until we have a certain valuable reason for that. So the opening, if you see, compare lower, but the price could not create a new low compared to the previous week low. Previous week low was near 5,760. The price could not create a new low. Then the high, we know that price had created a very big high. Now you can notice that 6,100 on the previous week. If you notice that the price was not creating a very big high, it was around 5,940. And the closing, if you see the price closing compared to the previous week, the previous week price closing was near 5,840. Now you can see the price closed around 5,980. So on seeing the open, high, low, close analysis for a particular week, we can come to a conclusion. Apart from the first day, the next all the from Tuesday, crude price was dominated by the buyers. But now let us see what we can do today and for this week. In order to make our process quite simple, let us see what are the price action that happened in these particular areas during the previous weeks. So whenever, as I told you, whenever I place the cursor on any particular candlestick, you can see the date and time below. On October 23rd, what happened? The price came down and you had 6,000 zone here. The price entered the 6,020 zone, went up, and you put a watch on, you have a close look into this area: 6,060, 6,000, 6,020 and 5,960. Please put a close watch into this area so that we can make this process, or how we can position ourselves for this today's week will be much easier for you. So the price came down, gave a bounce back, found a resistance near 6,060. Again there was a support. So what the support did? It did something. It pushed the price near 6,120. Almost it went and tested 6,160. What happened after that? After that the price was pushed down again to 6,120, 6,000 and 6,020 zone. We know that 6,000 is a psychological zone for crude oil. From here the price was again pushed to 6,060, where it found a resistance like what we saw in the previous week. 6,060 acting as a very strong resistance, resisting the crude oil price to move higher. So what happened after that? After then the price came down. So this is the next key zone. 5,960 was made as a clear resistance. So the price was pushed down. Then what happened after that? You can notice, put your close watch around 5,960. You should know every reason why we are targeting on a particular zone, why we are targeting on a particular levels. Without knowing the reason, you cannot put all your confidence into the trading. So here the price took the support near 5,960. Then you can notice there was a lot of consolidation happening around 6000 6020 zone. Again there was a test towards 6060 where the price found a resistance and the price came down. If you notice that the same type of price action you saw in the last week Friday's market, the price went up to 6060, then came down and closed near 5980. So that is the reason why we always take, as a technician, we go back and see what are the price action that happened on the previous days in the same zones. So that will help us to make our decision making process very easier. So here what happened, the next day the price opened. So there was a lot of confusion within this area. The difference between the price action what happened here and the price action what we witnessed last week was the average. Here the moving average was staying above this price action, but in the earlier case, that was last week, what we are going to see today and the last week, the moving average was staying below this, which indicates that momentum for buying can be bit higher than this particular case. So there was a lot of consolidation, so the price gained some momentum, broke the 6060, again the price went to 6160 and it came down. So they came down, there was always a test towards 6000 zone, pulled back to 6060, again came down, and there was a test towards 5960, a lot of struggle that pushed the price down to 5800 zone. So you want to note, you want to see all the price action, you should remember all this price action. That is the importance of this video analysis. If you are going to miss some few price actions, we are here to guide you to take a valuable trading decision. So how we can position, having known the importance of all this zone, just wait, I will mark this, I will extend all this box. So now let us see what we can do for this week and today. So the price closed near 5980. We had drawn the trend line. Today, as per the NYMEX price direction, we can expect the price to open within 6000 and 6020 zone. There may be minor changes for in our price opening prediction, because we are not taking the dollar and rupee factor into account. That plays a key role in deciding the price opening. There may be minor changes in that. So as per our expectation, let us see the various possible outcomes initially for buyers. Since the moving average is staying down, we should give the first importance for buying. Let us count it. If the price is opening as per our expectation around 6000 and 6020, we expect the price to stay within this trend line. So this trend line should act as a support line, so that it can guide this price towards the trend, like how we had projected in this trend line, so that it can reach this week target of 6120 and 6160. Why we are choosing this target, I had explained you earlier on seeing the what are the price action that happened on November month. So this was our expectation. So what are the things that should happen in order for crude oil to reach the expected target for buying? 5960 should act as a very strong support. We cannot take this 5960 easily. This should act as a support. We want a price closing above 6020 today, and in the future, in the coming days, we want a closing above 6060, so that it will get a lot of momentum to push the price till 6120 and 6160. And you can notice that if the price is coming down below 5960, if there is a closing below 5960, then there will be a price reversal. The trend can possibly reverse. So take these two zones. Initially we will try in the buying side, because as I told you, we don't go and trade against the trend. Our first preference is for trend. So we can place a stop loss around 5950, go for a buying and see whether the price can put a close above 6020 or 6060, so that it will give a clear indication for all the buyers. It can pull a lot of buyers into this zone, so the price can reach our target. But the other way, if the price is going to break 5960 today, and if there is a closing below or a strong price action below 5960, like I showed you, so many times after coming down, after a breakdown below 5960, the price will come down lower. So wait for our video analysis for the next day, or else you can straight away reverse your position based upon 5960. Only if we see a price action below 5960 and your closing, that will give some indication for sellers so that the price can come down. So two possible ways. Initially, our first preference is for buying for the trend. Then seeing the price action, we will decide how we can position or shift or change our decision. So let us see what's going to happen during the trading session. Thanks a lot for watching our video analysis. Happy trading. Take care. Bye.